It's now time for Property Source Radio with your hosts, Steve and Pat, on Sports Radio 950 ESPN and online at sportsradio950ESPN.com. Property Source Radio. It starts here.
Does anybody have a mint or an Altoid or something?
What happened?
I went golfing on, what day was it? Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday. And afterwards, I had a cigar. And I'm not kidding. Here it is Saturday morning. I still get that cigar taste in there.
I know what you mean.
Oh,
Are
it's
you a
horrible.
normal cigar smoker?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No,
that's why.
rarely. And it won't go away, and it's Saturday, and it's like...
It's
I
still
feel like-
there.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I've done that before.
And I feel like I'm offending everybody, with
Too bad.
cigar breath.
Too bad.
Well,
You had a
That's
cigar
better than
you
some
chose.
other kind of breath you could have.
that's true. That's true.
Jeez, you just put a bad visual in my head, Alex.
Property
Good
Source
Lord.
Radio, thanks for joining us this morning. We'll get right back to ESPN Radio at the top of the hour. Darian, whoever it is who does the show. I always listen before and afterwards. Darian and the football draft guy, I'm sure they're furious that they're not on the air in Rochester, New York right now, but they'll be back at 10 o'clock. With talking about week 3 of the preseason for the NFL. The Bills play tonight. We'll have it right here at Sports Radio 950 ESPN, baseball, races, all that. But for the next hour, it's everything that has to do with real estate, rentals, and home improvement, and Pat Coyne's father.
Uh-oh.
Because I understand, a little birdie told me that he's out there.
Yeah, weird, man. Real weird. For me.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
You just said he's out there and he said real weird. Let's clarify that he isn't very weird. What is he doing that's very weird?
Yeah, you're right. That doesn't sound very good. He's actually on a dating site for seniors, people 59 and older, which flipped me out when he told me about it. And I'm still flabbergasted. He said he didn't put his birth date on this website. He thought it was nobody's business. And he didn't put his income because they request income and so on. And birth date and a picture. He says, I was too lazy. I didn't do it. But they kept asking me to do it. The website kept asking. And he says, I think they did a background check on me because they put in my income range and my birth date exactly. And I think out of their own safety. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we're putting the cart before the horse.
True. Sorry.
Your dad is dating.
Yes.
Nice.
Has he been on dates?
He eluded blatantly that he dated 3 women at one time. Different dates, different dinner dates and lunch dates in a week.
I think that's adorable.
Wow. That's
I think it's really weird.
Well, I'm sure you do.
But you're not
You
going
could
to believe
have a new
this.
mommy.
You're not going to believe. Yes, I know. That's what I'm afraid
a
of.
new mommy.
Well, you're not going to believe this. The shocker is he got 150 emails in 1 week from women
On the site.
on the site. 150. My wife looked at me and said, "You want me dead now, don't you?" I said, "I'm starting to think about it."
Well, good for him.
I think it's great.
I mean, that's a huge decision on his part.
Yes.
It is.
How long since your mom passed? It's
She passed away last October.
yeah.
so almost a year.
It's okay. Yeah, I guess it's okay. I mean, it seems okay to me.
I think it's okay.
The bottom line is what he wants and what he needs.
I don't think there's any right way to go about it. It's whenever
Yeah.
you feel comfortable.
I agree with you. I'm just floored that there's 150 women over 59 that know how to use the internet and get a hold of my dad.
It's the same 3 women 50 times.
Oh, okay.
They really want to date.
Good for him, though.
I think it's great.
And does he do it traditionally? Go by and pick them up, or do they meet at the restaurant? How do they?
They go old school. It's really cute.
Yeah.
You know, every single one, he says, you know what we do? We go to Don and Bob's down at Seabreeze and then walk the pier.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I was kind of like, wow, isn't that cute? And then I thought, I don't know. Dirty thoughts went through. But you know what I mean. Then we got to move on.
Shame on you. Yeah. Well, good luck to Dad. Does he have a date tonight?
I'm not sure. I stopped asking last week.
Excuse me for asking, but your dad's in his
71.
Yeah. What do you
even
do with a
cuter.
71-year-old woman?
You go to dinner. You go
Well, I
to
know,
a
but-
movie.
but, you know,
have
but there's-
coffee,
I know what I do with a 40-year-old. I'll tell you that.
Why do we always have to go there?
But you always want the ultimate. And I know we have a youngster in the room today, so we got to be a little cool.
I'm being cool.
But you want that ultimate companionship moment, don't you? Even when you're 71 years old.
I don't
think
know.
so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe you
think
don't.
I don't think it gets old. I think every age of your life.
Oh, it gets old.
No. I think
my
you do
gosh.
the same thing. I think when you fall in love, get giddy, you lose your mind just like you do when you're 14.
Jeff, I quit.
Something to look forward to. Property Source Radio till 10 o'clock. I mentioned golf and this whole cigar thing. I've given up on golf. I'm officially golfed out.
Why?
Because I played 4 times this week. I played Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
God, that's too much.
And by the time Thursday came, I was just totally disinterested. I was subbing for a guy in his league.
Sounds like it's worse than going to work.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the white wine portion of our property source.
I'm just, it's just too much. Probably because I'm playing terribly. But I played on a Tuesday in a corporate tournament. And I knew things were going bad when the cart girl pulled up and the guy ordered double Bloody Marys for everybody.
Oh, boy.
And then there was another round of double Bloody Marys. And then that was the end of the golf game. I mean, if you play golf at all, you know that at some point you realize you've turned that corner and you're not golfing anymore. You're just drinking on a golf course.
Just walking around.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just need a break. And hopefully it'll come this weekend. I have nothing planned today, nothing planned tomorrow. And we'll see what's going on.
Do you think Julie is happy or a little bit sad about that?
Oh, I don't think she's sad at all. She loves, I always feel, especially if I go on a weekend like last Sunday, I feel bad leaving her in the house while I'm going off and, having a great afternoon with the boys.
Every once in a while,
She is so accommodating. She's just the greatest. She says, oh, go ahead. That's okay. Which kind of makes me go pat Coyne and wonder what she's doing while I'm away.
Exactly. I was just going to say.
Sending notes to 71-year-old.
She's very agreeable.
Sending notes to 71-year-old men.
Yes.
Check your dad's email.
Do you know what you're going to do this weekend, though? You're gonna go home. You're going to tell Julie, listen, I got stuff, yard work to do, trim the shrubs and stuff like that, and just walk around the house and pretend like you're doing it. That's what I do every weekend.
Oh, absolutely. I've made a career of that, too.
Yeah, good.
We're going to take a quick break here. Property Source Radio. We have a great guest today. She is called the Stagerator. We'll explain what that means. I've never heard that word until about 20 minutes ago when I met this woman. We'll tell you what a Stagerator is all about, and we'll have Alex with Property Source News. We're here till 10 o'clock. Please stay with us. We'll have some fun at Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Thinking about a tankless water heater? Trust the professionals at BP Plumbing. A tankless water heater saves energy, money, space, and with a 20-plus year life expectancy, it is virtually the last water heater you'll ever have to buy for your home. BP Plumbing is your certified Rinnai tankless water heater experts. Free estimates, fully insured, and there when you need them. BP Plumbing, 545-8699, or on the web at bpplumbing.biz.
If you're looking for furniture, visit Bayless Leather House in Victor. Their 16,000 square foot showroom offers a huge selection of styles and colors that would fit perfect in your home. And Bayless is the area's exclusive dealer of hard and solid wood furniture and upholstery. Bayless Leather House in Victor is more than just leather. They're Rochester seating experts. The knowledgeable and professional staff at Bayless are here to assist you in choosing the perfect piece to accent your home. Bayless is open daily except Mondays. Visit BaylessLeatherhouse.com for specific times. Bayless Leather House. Distinctive furniture at a comfortable price.
Do you mall board? Grease Ridge Center, next to the DMV. Eastview Mall in Bonton Court. Find specific locations at mallboard.com. Tell your friends to meet me at the mall board.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Are you looking to buy your first home or maybe even your second? Well, now is a great time to buy. Home prices have become much more affordable with interest rates close to historic lows. Some house payments are even lower than paying rent. The loan originators at Cole Taylor Mortgage have served the Rochester area for more than 20 years, and we're pleased to announce our pre-qualification program. They offer conventional fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgage loans, as well as government loans like VA and FHA. They also offer rural housing, USDA, and jumbo loan products. Many of these loan types have low down payments. So if you're looking to save money when buying your next home, call Cole Taylor Mortgage, 662-4118. Or stop in and meet them at 70 Linden Oaks in Penfield. They'll be happy to discuss all of your buying options and find the right loan for your unique situation. Be sure to ask about their no or low closing cost option. Call today, 662-4118. Cole Taylor Mortgage, a division of Cole Taylor Bank.
Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS number 410020.
At
Knopfnagel Realtors, all of their clients receive a lifetime membership in their home services program. Receive valuable discounts on home-related services you need before, during, and after your move. Looking for a mover? Insurance? Painter? Knopfnagel can match your job and budget with one of our pre-screened vendors. Get one-stop shopping with Knopfnagel Home Services. Just another way Knopfnagel is reinventing real estate. To learn more, visit knopfnagel.com or talk to a Knopfnagel agent.
Get more for your life, your heart, your home.
Mike and Mike Mornings. This is Sports Radio 950 ESPN, WROC Rochester.
You're listening to Property Source Radio. Help us out and support our advertisers. For a complete list of the sponsors on this show, visit PropertySourceRadio.com.
And now back to Property Source Radio with your hosts, Steve and Pat. This segment brought to you by Dark Horse Coffee, now offering catering for your next event.
The cup of coffee go good right about now. Bright and early on a Saturday morning, it's Property Source Radio.
That'd get the cigar taste out of your mouth.
It would. Go to coffee taste. That would work.
Right.
Property Source Radio and Sports Radio 950 ESPN. She is Alex. Pat Coyne is with us, and we'll introduce our guest in just a second. First, though, Alex catches us up with Property Source News.
Latest foreclosure menace, Sharpie parties. My name is Alex with your Property Source News, brought to you by WNYOpenHouse.com. For a listing of open houses in your area this weekend, go to WNYOpenHouse.com. If you missed this news segment and want to catch up, go to PropertySourceRadio.com and click on the Alex News tab. Young people are connecting across social networks to start Sharpie parties that target foreclosed homes and use Sharpie permanent markers to leave a trail of markings behind on vacant homes. In California, officials recently reported 6 Sharpie parties at foreclosed homes that were spawned from invitations posted online. Partygoers, sometimes up to 100 people, are given Sharpie pens and encouraged to write on and graffiti the walls of abandoned homes. Some of the partygoers, besides marking up the walls, also smash holes in the walls and rip up the floors. These parties have been recently reported in Texas, Florida, and Utah. Investigators say vandals are leaving a trail on social networking sites by posting invitations and photos of the party that are making it easier to find the perpetrators. Banks, on the other hand, have been somewhat reluctant to pursue vandals because they don't want the unwanted publicity to incite more parties. As such, usually they leave damage and just drop the price.
Kids, do not try this at home.
Wow, that gives me a stomach ache.
Yeah.
Just hearing that story is terrible.
It doesn't surprise me.
The kids, no, it doesn't surprise me, but the kids are just destroying someone else's property. Almost in its entirety.
And here's the thing, though. I guarantee this is something that's been going on long before Facebook. But because we're out there in social media, now we're able to find out. But I mean, take a train. It's nothing but graffiti from here to, you know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Yeah, good point.
What was the movie that was out recently that had to do with people going to?
Oh yes, the big party movie. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah,
and
same thing.
And you're partly to blame there, Alex, because you just did the story. People are. You mentioned at the tail end how police are a little hesitant to talk about these arrests because they don't want to keep the interest going,
right?
And incite more kids to do it. So.
But they can get them pretty easily on Facebook or whatever social media. I shouldn't even.
Yeah, because we're dumb and we tell on ourselves. I'm going to have a Sharpie party.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I won't say, a relative put one of their kids that was a minor and put pictures of herself and her friends getting hammered with the bottles of vodka and stuff like that. And I went to her mom and I said, "Did you see what's on Facebook?" Mom hit the roof. I just thought, that kid's just dumb.
It's the same thing like when people go out drinking, they tie one on one night and then they call into work the next day. Oh, I have strep throat. Like I could go on your Facebook page and clearly see that you were at the bar last night. You don't have strep throat.
All right, that's great. I like that story, Alex. And again, if you want to follow up on that, it's available at PropertySourceRadio.com. Let's meet our guest. She, I am told, well, first of all, I know she's Kristen H. Noble.
How you doing this morning?
I know you.
I've been here before.
Yes.
And how easily they forget.
You know when you were here? Pat,
Please tell me.
You know when she was here?
Your first show.
My first ever Property Source radio show.
That's
there you
right.
Go.
Yeah. Cool.
About a year, almost 2 years ago.
I know, it crazy, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Time flies. And I'll tell you something. I think what your father's doing great. You, however, as a son, have really not used wise judgment this morning. Do you really want women knowing that your father is seeing 3 of them in 1 week?
I don't have to say my last name on the radio, do I?
It doesn't matter, but I'm sure your father is very, very proud of you and may have mentioned what you do. And then they want to, be able to have good conversation.
Just to retrack real quickly at the top of the show, we mentioned that Pat's dad is 71 years old and he's dating. He's using
phenomenal.
an
Online
dating service.
I sold at least 3 or 4 houses to people last year that did exactly that. That's how they met. They met on online sites. They said they were very busy with work. And this and that. And this is a way to really meet people.
Fascinating.
Instead of going into the bars. Actually, you know what? I just went to a wedding a couple weeks ago from a very close family friend's daughter. That's how it was funny with them. They found out their grandfathers, and they're out in California, worked in the same place in New York City together and knew each other.
Wow.
One of those meant to be things.
Wow.
Kristen is a realtor and she is a home stager and she calls herself the Stagerator.
Don't you love that name?
Did you make up that word?
I most certainly did, and I'm also copywriting that. And my business name is Stage It, List It, Sell It. That's separate, but kind of combined for what I do at Danielle Windus Cook Properties. Primarily a realtor, but if you don't stage a house, it's not a good thing. They just don't sell as fast.
You were the first person, it's all coming back to me now, the first person who told me about staging. Because when I came into this show, not that I've made any advancements, but when I came into this show, Pat, you know that I knew nothing about anything that had to do with real estate rentals and home improvements.
Well, see there, but if you were home instead of golfing on the afternoons and sat down with your wife and watched an HGTV show, you'd know exactly what it was.
Yeah, but back then, I certainly know what it is now, but back then, a year and a half ago.
It's fairly new in this area. It's quite new, and people really aren't utilizing it. And as far as I know, I'm one of the few people that's both an agent and a stager, but I see what the results of that are. People spend more time shopping around to save 50 cents on a box of cereal than they do shopping for an agent.
Mm-hmm.
And all you need to do is ask a couple basic questions. And one is, what do you do to prepare a house for sale? And staging is an intricate part of it. And the biggest part of it is using professional photography and what your pictures look like online.
Mm.
Now, when you stage a house, do you provide the props?
That's stager rating. True staging to me, and these are my definitions. Staging is going into an existing home that has furnishings and accessories, and you rearrange those things so they photograph the best, and you have to know how to distribute items around the room, color, and use your vertical and horizontal space. Because if you walk into a room, the last thing I do when I stage a room, and I'm trying to show the homeowner how much this will help them, is I ask them to stand at the corner of a room and look at the room and tell me where their eyes go.
Mm-hmm.
And that means it's more relaxing. You don't have all the furniture on one side. You have to have a walking path. You should have a focal point, and you should distribute the color. If you have a hot pink item, if you have a little of it spread around the room, it blends in. If you don't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It stands out.
Unless you have a really bad feature, and then you do that on purpose.
You ever stage a house for someone and they go, "Oh my gosh, this looks incredible. I don't want to sell it."
That's what contracts are for, my dear. I've never had it happen, but I've heard that it does. So,
I mean, in the restaurant biz, they say you eat with your eyes first, and I guess when you buy a home, you shop with your eyes first.
You do. If you don't have good pictures online, people aren't going to see your house. And you also, as an agent. And I know we'll talk a little later about social media marketing. There's a lot of tricks as far as getting your pictures online and getting those listings out to people.
Are you ready to share some of those tricks?
Not unless an agent wants to pay me, but I'll tell you some things I will tell you this about it. To me, to be successful, and this is my 5th year as an agent, to be successful, you better know how to use social media marketing. And if you're not using good pictures, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And I don't know how a client can be happy. I've had people say to me, well, how did you list your house? Well, they came in, they brought their camera. I never once have gone to a house on an appointment, first time to see the people. Never once have I brought my camera or any listing paperwork to sign.
No?
Never.
What do you do? What's your goal on the first meeting?
To meet them, and I explain to people on the phone. I do talk. Have you noticed that?
No.
I explain to people what my philosophy is, where I'm going to, not only with the staging, the stagerating if needed. If I need to bring accessories into a house, I bring them. That includes furniture rental. You want every room in the house to be designed for its purpose, even if Johnny and Susie use your dining room as a playroom. It's time Johnny and Susie played elsewhere. And I've got all kinds of tips on kids in the moving process. But when I go to an appointment, I go through the house. I go room to room with people and tell them what to do. Now, that can be little things or big things. But how much does it cost to paint a room? What would you say, Pat?
It depends. If you do it yourself, maybe $50.
Right. What if you hire somebody?
Maybe about $350, depending on the size of the room and how much.
I've seen it much more, but you're exactly right. Nobody wants to see wallpaper anymore, but there's things to cover them up with. So what I try and do is find the least expensive ways, and the expression, the most bang for your buck. You know, there's a great way to redo countertops now. Costs about $125. Looks beautiful.
For mica?
Yes.
Really?
I will tell that.
That's cool.
So there's a lot. I go to the house. I tell them what to do. I go back and see what's done. And people are very receptive to it, especially when you show them photographs of your work. I don't use before and afters because to protect home sellers, you know, you have all different situations for people. Single mothers, this and that I don't want to show what their house looked like before, but you show those pictures and they'll know why they want to hire you, and you just have to have trust in people. That's the way I look at it.
I want to get more into the social media part of this because I have a scenario in my head where it could go bad, and I'll share that with you when we come back on Property Source Radio. Here till 10 o'clock. Please stay with us. We're here till 10. I think I just said that.
You did.
Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Visit Rochester's newest coffee house, Dark Horse Coffee, open in the Village Gate, serving the area's finest gourmet coffee, specialty drinks, and food. Our new 2,500 square foot space is the perfect place to meet your family, friends, and clients. Try one of our signature wraps or paninis. For complete menu items and daily specials, click on darkhorsecoffee.net. Dark Horse Coffee in the Village Gate next to California Rollin'. It's Soho in Rochester, and open mic every Friday night.
Are you a business owner concerned about rising utility bills? Want to cut energy costs and save money? Now you can with PMC Eco Supply's Power Miser. The Power Miser reduces the amount of electricity your business consumes. It's that simple. Power Miser products are easily installed and backed with a 90-day money-back guarantee plus a 5-year warranty. Power Miser products are American-made and assembled and tested in Rochester. So start saving today. Call 585-202-3590. That's 202-3590.
Now, more than ever, money is an issue in your household. It causes stress, anxiety. It even keeps you up at night, right? Well, help your financial and mental well-being by reducing your utility bills. Start with a free home energy assessment with True Energy Solutions, and you are on the way to making your home safer, more comfortable, and more energy efficient with home performance from Energy Star. Rebates, subsidies, and low-interest financing are available. For more details and to schedule your appointment, call True Energy Solutions right now at 248-TRUE.
Property Source Radio. Clinically proven to grow back hair.
So you need a new place to live. Your house has gotten smaller with 2 kids and 2 brand new dogs that she thought would be a great idea. So you're at Wegmans, Tops, or the mall shopping, and you see it. The answer to your prayers. Property Source. It's as if the heavens opened and said, as you start flipping through this thing, you notice, there's some good deals in here and some big time agents. So you call on a house. You see the process is easier than you thought, and the agent walked you step by step like a VIP. You make an offer and you get the house. Done. So you're in. The wife and kids are happy. The dog stop eating your shoes. Life is good. And you, my friend, are the hero. Property Source. It starts here.
Introducing Abode.com, a new local website to find real estate, rentals, and home improvement. To demonstrate how easy this site is to use, we asked Chewbacca to find a home in Penfield while dancing. Cue the music.
Watch out! He's loose! Get him out of here!
For people to find a great place to live and not Wookiees. Abode.com.
The Barclays Premier League on ESPN is back.
Oh, what a goal! MC! Yes, he's winning again! Oh, yes! And that was classic stuff.
The world's greatest football league.
Scores brilliantly! He went through the wall! Aguero! He can win it! Oh! He's won the title! An unbelievable finish! Who is writing this stuff?
The Barclays Premier League, all season on ESPN2.
You're listening to Property Source Radio. Help us out and support our advertisers. For a complete list of the sponsors on this show, visit PropertySourceRadio.com.
And now back to Property Source Radio with your hosts, Steve and Pat. This segment brought to you by True Energy Solutions, Rochester's experts in home energy audits.
And the expert in staging is with us for the next few minutes. Kristen Hayen Noble, professional stager, realtor. She calls herself the Stagerator. Great to have you with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're talking a little bit about social media and how it ties in with staging a home. And I'm sure someone is thinking, well, I can do this myself. I can stage my own home, and I can take my own pictures, and I can put them up on Facebook, and I can do it for nothing.
Well, that's when I've bitten my tongue off about 50 times. I've gone through several staging programs now, and my son, when he was 11, Pat got a third of the questions right online for a test. Not Nick sitting over there, my older one, Jack. But as far as doing your own staging, just watching a television show does nothing. Once you've done 70 houses like I have, and then you can say you're a professional. There's no true license for staging, which is an issue that people are trying to bring up. And if you want to sell your house by yourself, frankly, buyers don't want to deal with a home seller. As an agent, I'm uncomfortable when I go to a house that the buyer's representing himself, and there's certain companies that'll do that. You know, they do their own open houses. You never want your buyers and sellers together because it can wreak all kinds of havoc. And you do get what you pay for, to a sense. I mean, you hire an agent so they can promote your house. And how do people find their houses? Social media marketing. You were talking about it earlier, Alex. It will follow you everywhere. And
Absolutely.
it never goes away, and you can find out all sorts of things about what's happened in a house. I had somebody one time, I helped somebody purchase a house, and then we found out history of that house online.
Really? No.
That was not disclosed. True. I'm not going to go into more detail than that.
You don't have to tell who,
It's like
where,
a Carfax
whatever.
report almost. You know?
Oh, so you're saying
if you're putting something online, it's for everybody.
You're saying you're just go into detail. I don't know what you're talking about.
What I'm talking
My
about-
house, for example, I put it up for sale.
Yeah.
Somebody goes to
You call me to list it.
Yeah,
Thank
I call you,
Patrick.
list it. So you bring the buyer in, and then all of a sudden you guys are searching online. You find something that was done 20 years ago in the house, or
Not
what?
even.
Like a
What-
murder
what-
or what?
Oh,
That's illegal.
that's-
That's illegal for an agent to even state. If somebody asks, you're not. I shouldn't say illegal. You could be brought up on ethics charges for doing that, or why somebody is selling a house.
Oh,
that's a when in doubt, shut your mouth situation.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is this: a homeowner has to fill out when they list their house, either fill out this property conditions disclosure or choose to give a $500 credit at closing, which sends up red flags. You don't have to do that for an estate, which makes sense. But what I'm talking about is this, and this is what happened to me. The couple that was selling the house filled out property disclosure and never cited a couple things that happened to the house. Well, guess what? Neighbors talk. Then you go online and you see statements from that individual online about things that did happen to that house that certainly as a buyer you'd want to know.
Oh.
So again, the internet can be a very good thing and it can be a very bad thing.
Okay.
So that's what happened in this situation. But social media marketing is huge in real estate. Huge.
So people are looking for houses in social media venues. Is that what you're saying?
Right, because there's different areas online. For example, Trulia, Zillow, and this and that. And actually 80% right now of people are looking for their houses online. And here's a real interesting statistic. Just in the last 2 months alone, on Trulia, it went from 50% to 60% where people are using apps on their phone to search for houses.
Okay.
I think that's huge.
I have Zillow on my phone.
Okay, but that's not a social media thing, is it? Is that what
No,
it's
it's social media. When you're talking about Facebook,
Okay,
and,
that's
and
what I was
that,
thinking.
I personally, I have not seen that bring me a lot of business.
Okay.
I haven't. What I'm talking about when I'm referring to, I guess, social media marketing. Maybe that's the wrong way to say it. Just internet marketing.
Internet marketing, yeah.
I've had my house on MySpace now for about 6 years, and no one's
no one's even
no one seems to care.
And you haven't hired me yet? Come on now.
Is there still a MySpace?
I have no idea.
It's overpriced, Steve.
Yeah, no doubt. Kristen, let me ask
Have you gotten showings?
I'm going to ask you about you stage a house. You go in and
Yes.
say, look, leave it to me. I'm going to stage the house. I think I know how to best set it up for quick sale. You do all the staging. You bring in all this stuff that you think makes the house look super.
Right.
And the seller goes, ugh, I don't like this.
Well, I tell people two things. Number one, you've got to be able to live in the house. So I give them tools to use in order to make it easier and quicker to do a showing.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them if they really don't like something to tell me. And the other thing that I emphasize is there's a whole big difference between a picture, which is 2-dimensional, and going into a house that's 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
So there will be times when I take a photograph and I have a camera that cost a few $1,000s. And I did that for a reason, and the photographs turn out better, obviously. But for example, in a certain house I had, there was a desk kind of sticking out like this table used as a computer table. And when no matter how you tried to photograph it, I mean, standing on couches, piggyback, however you try it, which I've done all of the above, that table just stood out. There was no way around it. But if you were in the room, you could see the room was huge. So you move the table, take the picture, and put it back in. And when somebody walks into the house, it's easy for them to see the space. I don't feel that's being deceptive, but you want to show the space of the room.
You're selling the house. You're not necessarily selling it how the people who lived there lived in it.
Look at pictures online. I was showing houses to my brother that were very, well, what I consider in this area, $200,000 houses, and my poor niece went into to use the bathroom and started screaming because the toilet seat was moving around. There's a navy blue comforter with cat hair on it. Look online and you will find pictures with those things. And if you're the person selling the house, do you realize you've hired somebody, you're paying them a lot of money? That's perfectly ridiculous. And if somebody doesn't like it, I will change it, but I will discuss it with them. And I haven't had people. I don't remember the last time somebody's done that.
I mean, if I'm going into the garage to get my car fixed, I got to trust the guy who's fixing the car. I'm not going to climb under and go, "Oh, don't do that." Yep. You're the expert.
Great analogy.
You have to spend time searching for the right person to sell your house, to market your house, and present it in the best way possible.
Spend some time on Kristen Hayen Noble's website, StageItListItSellIt.com.
Yes.
StageItListItSellIt.com. We have a link on our PropertySourceRadio.com website if we want to go the easy route. Great to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, I never am. I always bug Jeff Haley and say, get me on the air.
Jeff is our executive producer, and it worked this time.
It did, and I'll tell you something. I get a lot of leads from the Property Source. It's worked for me.
Great. That's great to hear. When we come back, Carlos Rodriguez, long time with the Attorney General's office, will join us with Carlos in your corner. We're here till 10 o'clock. Property Source Radio, Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
At Knopfnagel Realtors, all of their clients receive a lifetime membership in their home services program. Receive valuable discounts on home-related services you need before, during, and after your move. Looking for a mover? Insurance? Painter? Knopfnagel can match your job and budget with one of our pre-screened vendors. Get one-stop shopping with Knopfnagel Home Services. Just another way Knopfnagel is reinventing real estate. To learn more, visit knopfnagel.com or talk to a Knopfnagel agent.
Get more for your life. Your heart, your home.
Cleaning your gutters can be a dangerous job, and face it, not exactly the job anybody wants to do. Introducing Gutter Glove. The new Gutter Guard system installs over your gutter and keeps out leaves, pine needles, seed pods, and debris. The same stuff that gets you up on that ladder year after year to clean your gutters. Gutter Glove is professionally installed and works great in Rochester's ever-changing climate. Water filters through the stainless steel mesh, which is supported by a strong aluminum frame that's proven to keep your gutters clean and working properly. Say no to cleaning your gutters and install Gutter Glove on your home. For a free estimate, call Rochester Window Cleaning at 235-1200 or go to gutterglove.com. Mention Property Source Radio and receive a 10% discount.
Come enjoy the great trout and salmon fishing that Lake Ontario has to offer with Captain Ken Bymiller aboard Off the Hook 2, a 33-foot Trojan International sport fish located on the Genesee River. Lake Ontario offers a world-class fishery that includes kings, coho, Atlantic, brown, steelhead, lakers, and more. This is a great way to entertain the family, clients, or just get together with a group of buddies for a day of fishing. Off the Hook 2 is equipped with the latest in technology and gear. For more information, call Captain Ken at 585-750-8874 or go to othfishing.com. Come aboard and let's go fishing.
Property Source Radio. It makes you smarter.
Learn how to get up to $35,000 in grants for the purchase of your first home. Money is out there, and this free grant home buyer seminar can show you how to qualify. Register today to get all your questions answered. A realtor and an attorney will be on hand to assist you with the buying process. Call 292-4125 to register. If you're a first-time home buyer and are interested in a grant of up to $35,000, don't miss this free seminar. Register today, 292-4125. Limited seating available and refreshments will be served. Presented by Leslie Curry, licensed loan officer with Citizens Bank, NMLS 407614.
Log on to PropertySourceRadio.com to find out about the next seminar.
If you're looking for furniture, visit Bayless Leather House in Victor. Their 16,000 square foot showroom offers a huge selection of styles and colors that would fit perfect in your home. And Bayless is the area's exclusive dealer of hard and solid wood furniture and upholstery. Bayless Leather House in Victor is more than just leather. They're Rochester seating experts. The knowledgeable and professional staff at Bayless are here to assist you in choosing the perfect piece to accent your home. Bayless is open daily except Mondays. Visit BaylessLeatherhouse.com for specific times. Bayless Leather House. Distinctive furniture at a comfortable price.
Here's your Electromech heating fuel update. Propane and heating oil prices have increased almost 50% in 2 years, costing the average homeowner nearly $1,000 more this year to heat their home.
Geothermal uses the consistent ground temperature to heat and cool your home. If you use propane or heating oil, it's time to call Electromech to have your current system evaluated and talk about a geothermal system installation. Now save even more and receive up to $1,000 off. Online, go to geo2green.com. That's geo2green.com.
Mike and Mike Mornings. This is Sports Radio 950 ESPN, WROC Rochester.
You're listening to Property Source Radio. Help us out and support our advertisers. For a complete list of the sponsors on this show, visit PropertySourceRadio.com.
And now back to Property Source Radio with your host, Steve and Pat. This segment of Carlos in Your Corner brought to you by Home for Life Renovations. We build quality, comfort, and independence into your home.
Perfect day if you're out house hunting. It's going to be just a gorgeous day. Sunny skies, temperatures in the 80s. We've had a great run of weather, and it continues today through the weekend. My name is Steve Hausmann. This is Property Source Radio. Pat Coyne. Alex is with us. And, of course, every Saturday, Carlos Rodriguez, who for 25 years worked for the Attorney General and was on top of all sorts of scams that happen, and you brought it to Property Source Radio now for a good 6 months. This is always a very popular segment with me.
Thank you.
A couple of things I want to talk about today. You think about back to school, and you have parents filling out pretty much every single form they have to fill out for the kids. I'm sure there's a red flag there. And I also heard, tying in with ESPN Radio, Melky Cabrera. I don't know if you know this story.
No.
Pat, he's a member of the San Francisco Giants, most valuable player of the All-Star game, maybe one of the best players in the National League. Got caught using testosterone levels that are illegal in baseball. So he's penalized a 50-game suspension for using illegal drugs. And he kind of set up a website to try to convince Major League Baseball that it wasn't him, or that he was doing it in a legal way. He tried to scam Major League Baseball. Is what it boils down to.
Well, it's not proven it was his, but his operator created a fake internet site, and he tried to argue that he bought this stuff from this internet site and he didn't know that there was this illegal drug in it, which was all bogus.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
nice
pot had
scam.
anything illegal in it either.
Well, it's just interesting that you're talking about a baseball player who left the Yankees. He was mediocre at best, and now all of a sudden he's the MVP of the All-Star game, and he's hitting home run after home run after home run, and all of a sudden
to be the MVP for the season.
Oh, I see. So that the pattern
he's all
is
of a
off.
sudden having an amazing season, and not that that's completely unheard of in sports, but it just seems to be you have a mediocre player all of a sudden skyrocketing to be the MVP of Major League Baseball, and you're going.
That's what happens to me when I start injecting roids.
I was mad at the Yankees when they got, they traded him.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, it was terrible.
All right, here's the one I want to talk about today, though. And I don't know if anyone else has gotten this phone call lately. You pick up the phone, there's about a 3-second hesitation, then you hear this. This is your captain speaking. You have won a cruise.
Yeah.
And I get to that point, and I'll admit, first of all, he's not my captain. And I hang
I'm
up
the captain,
Yeah,
right?
you are. But I hang up immediately. But I would love to hear, if next time it happens, I'm going to listen through, because after hanging around with you for a while, there's got to be something bad in there.
Well,
are you familiar with this?
Yes. In fact, the Better Business Bureau sent out an alert. It's an election. It could be an election law scam. Elections are coming up pretty soon in November. And apparently folks are getting a robocall saying win a free cruise.
Yeah.
Okay. But the kicker is that you have to participate in a telephone survey. And of course, the survey is going to ask you for credit card information, because you win a free cruise if you participate.
Yeah.
They need your credit card number so that you could pay the what is it?
There's a service fee, probably.
Yeah, the taxes and the booking fee, or whatever you call it, port fees.
Oh, okay. And
Okay.
that's a standard fee when you take a cruise.
Right.
Oh.
Port fees and
Yeah,
taxes.
yeah.
So
Okay.
you have to give your credit card number.
So free cruise isn't really free after all.
Right.
And he's not your captain. He's your scam
He's not
artist.
your captain.
Yeah.
So you
Captain
participate
scam.
in this survey, and what you're going to do is give your information out to these scammers that they're not going to engage in identity theft.
He's a pirate.
Okay.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a great term for it.
Call,
No, I haven't.
Yeah. I hang
not.
up.
Yeah.
See, I'm such a
Do you have a
cruise-
home phone?
No, I'm getting it on my I get it on the home phone, but I'm getting it on my iPhone now occasionally too.
Remember last week we talked about the new telemarketing calls and all that, but political calls are exempt.
Right.
So this is all exempt from all that telemarketing stuff.
Oh, because it ties
It's just a
in.
political-
See, so interesting
Oh.
that we changed the rules, and then the scammers are like, "Oh, the rules have changed. We can now scam you via, these new sets of regulations."
Yeah.
This is a political call. It's
Scammers
no
don't
longer-
follow rules. They
Well,
don't follow
no,
the law.
but we're giving them ideas on how to get around our
Right.
legislation.
Right. It's funny.
They
Julie
get
is-
ideas. They plot everything that comes up. They'll plot something to get by the regulations.
and somehow they stay one step ahead of the regulators.
Yes.
Which is really kind of sad.
It is.
But I was
It's
going
our
to say,
fault.
Julie has saved on our home phone a call from Bill Clinton,
Oh, I remember you saying
a
that,
call
yeah.
from Barack Obama, and a call from Joe Roebuck, which is.
Oh,
She's saving
okay.
all those.
Yeah, she just likes to save them and,
Yeah.
having parties. Hey, listen to this. And
Guess
this
who
is
called
Bill
my
Clinton.
house the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is Barack Obama.
It's just unbelievable. But it's our fault for falling for this stuff.
True.
If you're going to give out your credit card number or personal information over the phone, then you're going to get scammed.
I know you're trying to make me paranoid like yourself.
The Martians.
Yeah. I'm not there yet, but go ahead.
Okay.
You got another one for us to try
Another
to
one?
Yeah.
Well, there's another one. Utility bills.
Ooh.
Where you get another phone call saying that the government's going to pay your utility bills, and so they want your information. And what
The
it is-
government is going to pay your utility bill.
Yeah.
This is a good
I
one.
can't believe something like that. People would go, "They are."
I'm
Yeah.
voting
Yeah.
Democrat.
I'm
Yeah.
calling.
Are you
Yeah.
sure you didn't make
Come
this one up,
on.
Carlos?
No, this is right from. Look, I even got this printed up and I
All
put
right.
it in a card.
I just wanna
and all
make
they
sure.
want is your social security number and your personal information.
That's
Then they send you a check, a bogus check
Oh.
for the quote utility bill, and you go and get on the phone and call your friend. Say, hey, I got a check. All you have to do is call this number and they'll take your information and you'll get a check.
Okay.
Well, you know the check's going to bounce,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and you're a victim of identity theft. Easy.
Jeez, I got to do this.
Every week.
I'm
Every
giving you a
week.
lot of
I
ideas.
know, and I love it.
You
I'm
know
making
you've
notes.
done to me. You've made me skeptical of
See?
everything.
He's trying to do that to me.
I'm sure that there are probably some legitimate offers and legitimate situations out there, but now I've become
But you
just
hang up on them, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Wait.
See?
You got it. Wait a minute. If you hear the word free or someone's going to pay something for you, but you have to give me your personal information.
Yeah.
geez, my bank sends me stuff now. I delete it. I do I don't answer anything, any emails or anything anymore.
How can you tell if the bank is sending you something legitimate? I mean, I know in a phishing scam, they just put the logo of the bank and
because they won't ask you for personal information via email. They wouldn't ask you to put in your account number.
They'll send you
an email
offer.
saying that that there's account information that they need you to verify and to call them. And you could tell pretty easily, like, just do a little bit of research on the 1-800 number. You could call the number not in the email, but the one on the back of your bank card instead.
Yeah.
You're talking about mailing when the bank mails you an offer about
or
a lower
an
interest
email
rate?
situation.
When they send you an email saying, your account has been violated or something compromised, and we need you to reset your password. Please enter it. Like, your bank would never legitimately do that.
I'm aware of that, but there are some that just look, because I'm pretty savvy when it comes to this stuff, if I do say so myself. But there are times where I go, is this really them?
I would just call.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, call your bank. And don't call the number in the email. Call the number on the back of your bank card, because then you legitimately know you're connecting with your bank and say, hey, I got this email. Is this something you sent me? And they should be able to tell you.
Because bankers love to spoof. I mean, not bankers, the scammers. Did I say bankers?
Yes, you
I'm
did.
sorry.
I was going to say, my
They'll
bank is
spoof
not
you,
very
too.
funny.
Yeah, you can't go through any of those emails. I
Stick around.
I reject them.
Got a bunch more questions. We're going to be with you until 10 o'clock this morning.
Fantastic.
Can you hang around? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
It's
Fantastic.
Property Source Radio till 10 o'clock. Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
There's no place like your own home.
Have you ever asked yourself, how long can I remain in my own home? If you are a senior citizen or taking care of elderly parents, Home for Life renovations can create state-of-the-art kitchens, accessible bathrooms, and other unique living space so you can live safely and comfortably in your own home. Call 444-0300 or visit homeforlifeny.com.
Home for Life renovations.
Introducing Abode.com, a new local website to find real estate, rentals, and home improvement. To demonstrate how easy this site is to use, we asked Chewbacca to find a home in Penfield while dancing. Cue the music. Watch out! He's loose! Get him out of here! For people to find a great place to live and not Wookiees. Abode.com.
Cleaning your gutters can be a dangerous job, and face it, not exactly the job anybody wants to do. Introducing Gutter Glove. The new Gutter Guard system installs over your gutter and keeps out leaves, pine needles, seed pods, and debris. The same stuff that gets you up on that ladder year after year to clean your gutters. Gutter Glove is professionally installed and works great in Rochester's ever-changing climate. Water filters through the stainless steel mesh, which is supported by a strong aluminum frame that's proven to keep your gutters clean and working properly. Say no to cleaning your gutters and install Gutter Glove on your home. For a free estimate, call Rochester Window Cleaning at 235-1200 or go to gutterglove.com. Mention Property Source Radio and receive a 10% discount.
So you need a new place to live. Your house has gotten smaller with 2 kids and 2 brand new dogs that she thought would be a great idea. So you're at Wegmans, Tops, or the mall shopping, and you see it. The answer to your prayers. Property Source. It's as if the heavens opened and said, as you start flipping through this thing, you notice, there's some good deals in here and some big-time agents. So you call on a house. You see the process is easier than you thought, and the agent walked you step by step like a VIP. You make an offer, and you get the house. Done. So you're in. The wife and kids are happy. The dog stopped eating your shoes. Life is good, and you, my friend, are the hero. Property Source. It starts here.
Visit Rochester's newest coffee house, Dark Horse Coffee, open in the Village Gate, serving the area's finest gourmet coffee, specialty drinks, and food. Our new 2,500 square foot space is the perfect place to meet your family, friends, and clients. Try one of our signature wraps or paninis. For complete menu items and daily specials, click on darkhorsecoffee.net. Dark Horse Coffee in the Village Gate next to California Rollin'. It's Soho in Rochester, and open mic every Friday night.
Thinking about a tankless water heater? Trust the professionals at BP Plumbing. A tankless water heater saves energy, money, space, and with a 20-plus year life expectancy, it is virtually the last water heater you'll ever have to buy for your home. BP Plumbing is your certified Rinnai tankless water heater experts. Free estimates, fully insured, and there when you need them. BP Plumbing, 545-8699, or on the web at bpplumbing.biz.
Just days until the start of the 2012 season.
Let's go! Let's go!
Get the real and inside story on the NFL on ESPN Radio and ESPNRadio.com. Sports Radio 950 ESPN is WROC Rochester. Worldwide at sportsradio950ESPN.com.
You're listening to Property Source Radio. Help us out and support our advertisers. For a complete list of the sponsors on this show, visit PropertySourceRadio.com.
And now back to Property Source Radio with your hosts, Steve and Pat. This segment is brought to you by Nothnagel Realtors, reinventing real estate with one-stop shopping.
Bills football tonight on Sports Radio 950 ESPN. It is preseason game number 3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You will hear it and every game all season long. Bills football, your new home for Buffalo Bills football here. Entercom in Rochester. Sports Radio 950 ESPN, and if you want to hear it in FM style, the games are on WCMF as well. But we have the Steelers and Bills tonight. Many people think the third preseason game is the most important preseason game of the year because all the regulars will play probably into the third quarter. Next game is next Thursday night. The Bills wrap up the preseason, and that's a game where they just use all the guys who are fighting for positions on the team. So,
great.
And then we'll be getting into our competition where Alex and Pat go at each other predicting
For the Bills?
games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to win.
And Carlos, I guarantee, cover your ears for a second,
your ears.
Pat.
I doubt it.
He has done no prep at all for the season.
Oh, no, he has not.
I'm a giant Jet fan, so I
All right, so you haven't
some
prepped either.
Bills. I've gone to games.
Okay.
Bills open against the Jets, you know.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
that'll
usually
be
go
good.
to that game.
Do you know who Tim Tebow is?
Yes, he's making the media all the time. That's how I know.
Has he played this year? I haven't followed the Jets yet.
Ask Pat. He knows him.
No, I don't know.
Yes, he has played this year.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of publicity, though.
He has played. Mark Sanchez played. They both played. Who cares?
Bills Steelers tonight. Preseason game number 3.
Go Patriots.
Okay. Sports Radio 950 ESPN. Carlos Rodriguez, Carlos in your corner until 10 o'clock. This is the time of year where kids are getting ready to go back to school, of course. And Pat, I'm sure you remember this when you were, and probably you too, Alex, because you have a youngster, filling out all the forms you got to fill out for inoculations, insurance. I don't want my kid to be involved in this. I want her to be involved in that. Is that something that folks should look out for? What they're agreeing to, what they're signing?
Absolutely. And forms, all these forms are going to ask for Social Security numbers of your child and birth dates.
Really?
And that's fodder for scammers.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah, but
parents.
we're just hand carrying this stuff to the school. I
I've
mean,
never-
this
Yeah,
is
what's the
not-
school doing with that
Given the
information?
school Lewis's Social Security
Good question.
number.
Okay.
Now, you're still
There's a
trying to
law.
make me paranoid, Carlos.
No,
Go ahead.
I there's a law. It's called the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. Schools have to tell the parents what are they going to do with that. What are they going to use that information for?
Okay.
Because having scammers, think about it, a child's Social Security number and birth date.
That's bad.
Yeah, and child identity theft is huge.
Okay.
Huge.
So where the scammers come into play in my kid's school?
Well, they'll get your information.
Okay. They get a job at the school, like janitor or
They
something?
could, yeah, and have access to a Social Security number.
Okay.
And then they can use the Social Security number to apply for credit and such.
That's what we're going to do, Steve.
Yes. I'm telling you.
Everyone is better than the previous one, Pat. But here's the thing, and I have to agree with Alex. It's been a while for me, but you're still in the game.
I don't have any
When it comes to
kids, so I don't have to worry about it.
I don't remember having to give my son Social Security
I've
number.
never done that.
But as soon as you have the kid and his birth date, as you tell us all the time, that's enough for a scammer.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and there is a lot of personal information you put on those forms: your address, your
Yeah.
emergency contact, their
Your
information,
doctor,
Oh,
doctors.
yeah.
I mean, there's phone numbers everywhere in that thing.
Absolutely.
But also, kids are now on iPhones and internet, Facebook, and everything. Guess what they do? They'll respond to some ad or some scam on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the scammers are going to ask for personal information.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should never tell your kid what his Social Security number is. First of all,
Yeah,
I
good
agree.
point.
why does a
Yeah.
9-year-old? Well, first of all, why does a 9-year-old
have
have?
an iPhone.
Yeah.
Every kid has a Social Security number.
Now they do it at birth. I don't know if
Do they
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, at
Right.
birth.
Right.
I mean, that's another thing that's fascinating to me.
What I
Why,
recommend
you
to
know,
parents have a sit down with your child and go through, okay, Make sure you have a password for when you're using a computer. Tell them about phishing scams and all that. And also tell them not to give out the Social Security number to anything, even on the internet.
God, kids are so much work.
It is.
Plus, I'd be rich if I didn't have them.
Don't give them your credit card. You'll give your child your credit card information.
Oh, yeah.
Your credit card, and they'll put that on the internet.
See, in my house, Stevie would have to have that talk with me.
You should have that talk with everybody.
Dad, don't be giving out your personal information.
It's big. It's big time news.
Around the room here, how old or how young is you can have a cell phone now?
As young as you want.
I mean, but what do you think is an okay age?
I think,
and you're a mom,
for me
so
personally, Lewis doesn't need a cell phone unless he has an absolute need for one. Like if he's going to be in sports or something when he's in high school and he's going to need rides back and forth and stuff.
Does he have one?
No.
How old is he?
9.
He wants one though.
Yeah, he has an iTouch. He can have that.
That's the
little
music. It looks like a phone, but all it is
like
is
an
a music
iPhone, but
player.
it plays music and you can get little games and stuff on there. He does not need a cell phone. He has no need for one.
How about in your house?
Well, I fought about it and threw a little tantrum, as I like to do. And when my wife got one for my daughter, and she's now 13. I think she was 11, and she deemed it necessary. Of course, the daughter deems it necessary. My wife thought it was okay and acceptable in case of contact. So I think she was 11, and I still didn't like it. But all of her peers now she's 13, all of her peers, they all have that stuff. They're all on the social media, on the phones, all of that. I just don't, first of all, it's an expense. Second of all, is it necessary?
We have to ban them from scout camp. I don't let any of the
there you
scouts.
should.
Yeah.
I don't let the scouts have any
they're supposed to
phones or
learn how
anything.
to work teamwork, work together, not sit there and look at the phone all day long and all night, right?
If something goes wrong, your scout leader will know what to do.
I don't want the scouts calling the parents up complaining about anything.
So you know what they need?
Yeah, that too.
I have this great plan. They should have internet camp, and all you do is play games.
I'm
you
sure
know,
they
you
do.
just sit there and become a vegetable for 2 weeks.
No, I don't want the kids playing with the phone or anything when we're camping.
That's what we need to do. Charge $600 a week and have all the kids play on the internet. We'll steal them all from a school that's got 2-year-old computers.
That's a good business idea.
We could charge a couple $100 and just have them come in here and push buttons. They won't know the difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's called a board op, I think. But Stevie got his phone, I guess, when he was, I don't know, he was in high school. Now, but that goes back a ways.
So he's a little different generation. So
do your kids know their social security number?
I don't. My son does not. He's not 8. My daughter, I don't know if she does. I don't know.
Where are
if
the
she
cards?
has it. In a safe.
In a safe?
In a safe.
In a safe place.
In a locked safe that nobody has the combination to.
Oh, good.
I don't even know the combination.
You sure they're not carrying the Social Security cards?
Yes, I'm sure.
You should have your combination be your social security number.
That's
Yeah.
And
not
how
good.
about,
That's good.
How about Lewis? Does he have a social security number?
No, he doesn't even know what a social security number is.
Interesting. Well, by the time he's eligible for social security, there'll be nothing left.
Exactly.
Just be careful.
Don't forget Bills football coming up tonight. Preseason game number 3. New East Side edition of Property Source News is on the stands now at Wegmans, Tops, Mall Board at Eastview Mall, and also at Grease Ridge Center. Pick one of those up. Guys, have a great rest of the weekend.
Yes,
You too.
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Like
Till next
86
Saturday.
degrees, 96 degrees today,
Beautiful.
or 86.
Yeah.
They're having a little side conversation
Yes,
over
I
here,
know.
I think. Alex, see you next week.
No, I'll see you next week.
Property Source Radio,
What's up in the
Sports Radio
Martians?
950 ESPN. Have a good week.